Have you ever really thought about what separates good balance from, great balance? It's definitely not about just standing perfectly still. Nope. We're talking about that real-world stability, the kind that lets you weave through a crowd, or maybe catch a wave, or even just recover from a little trip without a second thought. And today we're going to build that exact kind of balance. And guess what? You can start right from your own living room.
So what is the secret, right? What's the key to unlocking that dynamic, ready-for-anything balance? Well, the answer is understanding that balance isn't just one single skill, it's a whole system. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can train that system step by step.
Okay, let's dive right in. First things first, we've got to rethink what balance even means. I mean, sure, standing on one leg is a good start, but let's be honest, real life doesn't happen when you're just standing still. And this slide right here, this hits the nail on the head. You've got static balance, that's basically holding a pose. Then you have dynamic balance, and that's the one you use every single day. It's walking, reacting to things, playing sports. It is the skill of controlling your body's center of gravity while you're actually moving.
This is a perfect example. A fascinating study on surfers found that even though they have obviously incredible balance out on the water, they didn't always test better than regular folks in simple static standing tests. What does that tell us? It tells us that real-world skill needs specific dynamic training.
And I love this quote from Surf Strength Coach because it perfectly captures how it all works together. It's a chain reaction. Your balance isn't just coming from your feet. It's a constant conversation that runs all the way up your leg. If you have a weak ankle or an unstable hip, guess what gets punished? Your knee. That's why we have to train the entire system from the ground up.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the basics of the challenge, then I'll show you your one foundational move. From there, we'll build a base with some support, perfect the form, and finally, this is the fun part, we're going to add some dynamic chaos to make your balance absolutely bulletproof. Okay, so here it is, the single leg hinge. This one single move is going to be the absolute bedrock of our entire progression. It's so simple, you don't need any equipment, and believe me, it is incredibly effective.
So why this move? What's the magic? Well, it all comes down to training something called proprioception. You can think of it as your body's sixth sense. It's your brain's ability to know exactly where your body parts are in space without you even having to look. Every little wobble you control, every tiny adjustment your ankle makes, you're sharpening that internal GPS.
And look at this is so much more than just an ankle exercise. As you can see, your ankle stabilizers are firing on all cylinders, your glutes are working overtime to control that hinge, and your core has to be locked in to keep your back flat. The whole system is working together, it's all talking to itself.
Okay, so here's the breakdown. You're going to stand on one leg with a nice, soft, slightly bent knee. Now the key is to hinge at your hips, not your knees. So think of pushing your hips back, not squatting down. Your torso and your back leg should move as one straight line, almost like a seesaw. And to come back up, drive that standing foot hard into the floor. That's where all your power comes from.
All right, let's get into level one. The goal here is simple. It's all about success. We're not trying to test ourselves yet. We're just teaching our body the movement pattern in a safe way. This is where your kitchen counter or even a sturdy wall is going to be your best friend.
So start with two hands on the counter. Just get a feel for the movement, the weight shift. Once that feels solid, go to one hand. And then, this is where the real magic happens. You move to just one or two fingertips. This gives your body a little safety net, but it forces it to do almost all the work. Remember, the goal here is control, not struggle.
All right, time for level two. The training wheels are coming off. The focus here is all about mastering this movement with perfect, completely unsupported form. Okay, I really want you to pay close attention to these cues. Is your back totally flat like a tabletop? Look at your standing knee. Is it wobbling inward? Don't let it. And are you actively squeezing the glute of that leg that's behind you? Oh, and remember that pro tip? A shorter hinge done perfectly is 1,000,000 times better than a sloppy full-range one. Seriously.
Welcome to level 3. I like to call this dynamic chaos. Now that you own the basic movement, we're going to intentionally make it harder. Why? Because we're preparing your balance system for the beautiful unpredictability of the real world.
So here are 3 awesome ways to level up. First, just reach forward with your arms. By lengthening your body, you massively challenge your stability. Second, add a little rotation. Hold a small weight in the hand that's opposite your standing leg. Your core is going to have to work like crazy to keep you from twisting. And for the ultimate challenge, close your eyes. When you take away your vision, you force your body to rely completely on that proprioception, that sixth sense we were talking about.
So after all this work, what's the actual tangible payoff? Why should you really be adding this to your routine?
Well, in sports, this is the kind of training that makes the difference between landing a jump cleanly or, wobbling all over the place. And in daily life, it's the confidence to walk on uneven ground, to climb stairs without grabbing for the rail, or to just catch yourself before a fall. You're literally building stronger, more resilient joints from your ankle all the way up.
And getting this into your routine is super simple. If your goal is strength and control, aim for about 8 to 12 really clean reps per leg. If you're looking to build up some muscular endurance, maybe for long days on your feet, push that up to 15 reps for 3 sets. Easy.
So there you have it. We've shown you the entire path, from a wobbly beginner holding onto a countertop, all the way to an advanced athlete who can balance with their eyes closed. The whole progression is laid out for you. The only question left is, how are you going to start challenging your balance today?